In the small village of Vinci, nestled in Italy's green valleys, lived a boy who observed everything around him with curious eyes. His name was Leonart. He was only 9 years old, but his mind was filled with so many questions that villagers often smiled when they heard him speak. Leonart loved watching the chickens flap their wings in the mornings and the birds soaring high in the sky. One day, he asked his mother, "Mom, how can birds fly without falling? Why can't I fly when I flap my arms?" His mother smiled warmly. "Because you don't have wings, my little one." But Leonart wasn't satisfied with that answer. A spark of curiosity had been lit in his heart. From that day on, he carefully observed every bird he saw. He drew sparrows' fast flapping wings, eagles gliding in the sky, and even butterflies fluttering. His notebook wasn't just filled with random doodles. It already looked like the sketches of a future inventor. One day, while other kids were skipping stones by the river, Leonart picked up a stone and studied it closely. When he threw it, it bounced across the water 3 times. "Look!" he shouted. "Why doesn't the stone sink right away? Maybe wings can cut through the air the way this stone cuts across the water. Maybe we could fly." The children laughed. "Leonart, people aren't stones." But Leonart didn't laugh. A new idea had taken root in his mind. At night, by candlelight, he sketched wings that looked like birds. From bits of wood and fabric, he tried building small wings to strap to his arms. He would run and flap them, but of course, he didn't fly. Still, he never gave up. Once, he climbed a hill with a wooden wing contraption on his back. His friends watched curiously. Leonart looked at the sky, took a deep breath, and ran forward. For a brief moment, the wings caught the wind. "He's flying!" the children cried. But seconds later, Leonart fell. He brushed himself off, smiled, and said, "That just means I have to work harder." That was what made him different. Instead of giving up, he learned from every fall. Leonart wasn't only curious about flying. He asked questions about everything. How plants grew, why water flowed downhill, why stars sparkled at night. One evening he asked his father, "Dad, why is the moon sometimes full and sometimes only half?" His father tried to explain, but Leonart wasn't satisfied. So he started drawing the moon every night. Soon, his notebook showed all the moon's phases. Villagers often saw him walking with his notebook. "What's Leonart drawing now?" they whispered. They didn't know he was filling his pages with the ideas of a future genius. One day, he watched a carpenter cutting wood with a saw. "Why does the saw cut so easily?" he asked. "Because of the teeth," the carpenter replied. Leonart drew the saw's teeth in his notebook. Maybe gears could work the same way, not just for cutting but for making things move, he thought. And so the idea of gears was planted in his mind. Another day, he watched water turning the village mill's wheel. The water moves by itself and turns heavy stones, he thought. He drew water wheels and imagined machines powered by them. One child once asked him, "Leonart, why do you always ask questions? We just play, but you're always thinking." Leonart smiled and said, Because everything has a secret. And if we learn those secrets, life will be easier and more beautiful. From then on, the children called him the Little Wise One. As Leonart grew, his notebooks filled with wings, gears, bridges, and machines. He didn't yet fly, but his ideas would one day help humans conquer the skies. One night, his mother found him sketching a bird by candlelight. "My son, why do you work so hard?" she asked. Leonart looked at the sky and said, "Because one day people will soar like birds. My duty is to find the way." Years passed. Little Leonart grew up to be a great artist, inventor, and scientist. His notebooks were full of ideas that would change the world. But he always remembered the dreams of his childhood. And he left behind words that inspired generations. One day we will discover all the secrets of life, because all the secrets are inside us, waiting for us to find them. His imagination and courage didn't just inspire his village, but the whole world. He showed children everywhere. If you're not afraid to fall, your dreams will lift you to the sky.